Guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. I am a part-time reseller, and today we are going to go over the second half of August sales. So August the 16th through the 31st. And we're going to chat about my sales on Kidizen, Poshmark, Mercari, and ThredUp. We've thrown in there at the end. And this might get a little long. I'm going to try to keep my usual chatter to a minimum. August proved to be quite a great month considering we had our 15th wedding anniversary. I know, aging myself a little. And before that, like the middle of the month, I had family come into town. And then we spent like the second half of the month just being crazy, doing all the things. And then the last week of the month, I was feeling sick and did absolutely nothing in terms of the business whatsoever. I had put everything away, no picture taking, no nothing, because we had the family in town. And anyway, so let me not get to rambling, but I did not list, I would say, at hardly at all for these last 2 weeks that we're going to go over, but I was still sharing my closet. I have not jumped on the train of paying for any of the Posh things, but with the new update that they did, I mean, it's not new now, but it's so easy to share your closet. I'm not saying I'm against the whole Posh or VA thing. It's definitely on my radar of maybe I'll get around to it, but I share my closet once a day and I participate in the parties or whatever. And Posh has definitely become my #1 selling platform, even without listing all the time. So of course I'm back on the listing train and my sales are even better, but second half of August, here we go. I love doing these videos because I just think that as a reseller, this is the best way for you to learn about new brands, see what things are selling for. All right, and I like to show you guys all of it, the good, the bad, the ugly, the losses. So just for time's sake, I'm going to tell you guys where I picked up the item, how much I paid for it, and then what it sold for. And I will go ahead and tell you, I do not offer free shipping on any of the platforms. Obviously, Posh is the set rate, and Mercari and Kidizen, I charge shipping. So you'll just have to less the fees and all of that in your head. And so here we go. These Converse, these came in a ThredUp kids shoebox. So I had $5.39 into them, and they sold for $21.05. So Converse are great. I sell them often. All three of my kids wear them. You know, this was a $5 profit. I would not have picked these up because they really weren't in the best condition. These were actually listed in play condition. So to still make $5, I will take it. All right, these are Sekai Run. These were actually given to me from a friend who knows that I resell, and she's the type that just likes to take it all to Goodwill. So she gives me her things to me, and I pick out the things that I want to keep and sell, and then I carry on with taking the rest for her. So with a $0 cost of goods, it was pretty great. This sold for $25.15. Sekai Run is a great kids shoe brand to look out for. They always sell quickly for me. These, another kids ThredUp shoe. I would never have picked these up. I honestly almost didn't even list them. My Once Upon a Child did not even want them. And so I have $5 into them, but they still sold for $13.65. So not going to complain. I made a couple bucks profit. Keens, always a good pickup. These I picked up for $2 at my local Goodwill. They sold for an offer I sent of $21. Now, when I send offers on Kidizen, I do include shipping. So this would have cost them $24.15, and then I just leave the shipping blank when I'm sending offers. It's just easier for me. So the next is Columbia jacket. I have $1 into it from a local sale that I go to every year. Sold for $18.15. Columbia, for adults, not so great. For kids, these jackets sell very well. I wouldn't pay more than a couple bucks, but they'll always sell for you. Some more Keens. I thought these were so cool. I'd never seen this print before, and they were little baby sharks. These sold, I did pick these up at Once Upon a Child for $3.20. They sold for an offer I sent of $25. So on Kidizen, they can't send you offers unless they just send you a message. So whenever people put items in their cart, I tend to send offers on every cart versus I don't run shop sales and stuff anymore. I've definitely seen Kidizen have a lot of changes recently. So these bras, They both came in that Jomar, one of the orders I did from Jomar that wasn't terrible. Everything was super tiny though. These are both size extra small. It was a bralette, Tags bralette box. I don't know. So I have $3.25 into each of these. I sent them an offer for $34 for both. And so I made $25.77, but when you less out my fees and all of the things, I made like 20 bucks profit. So not bad. Childhoods, I've talked about this before. This is definitely one to look out for. Now that I'm looking, I don't even see this on my spreadsheet. I need to go back and make sure it's there. So these I picked up from the Unclaimed Baggage website. I've done some unboxings from there, and I found some pretty great items. I believe, without looking, I either paid $12 or $15 for these, maybe 14, somewhere in that range, because I knew they would sell. This is a brand that has a major following and people pay up, and even ones that have holes and stuff in them are going to sell for a lot. So these sold for my full asking price of $42 plus the shipping. So that was definitely a great pickup on my part. All right, actually, let me make a note, because I actually made more money than I think I did last month, because for some reason this did not make it to my spreadsheet. All right, these Crocs, I'm always going to pick up Crocs. I picked these up at a local thrift store for 99 cents, and they sold for $22.15, my full asking price. And they're tiny, size 5 infant. Another Sea Kai Run. These came from my local Once Upon a Child. I have $2 into them. They also sold for $22.15, also a size 5 infant. So, you know, I try to steer clear of super tiny like women's shoes, but kids' shoes, people will buy them. This dance leotard bundle, I have nothing into these. These were, I have a bin. I won't even tell you how many leotards we have for my 2 girls. These were either hand-me-downs or like maybe I paid $1, but I've had them for so long, I just don't even count it. And they sold for $17.65. This was a favorite. This is why I love Kidizen, you guys. I actually list all of my items to Kidizen first, except for men's. And then I use List Perfectly, which List Perfectly, y'all, has changed the game for my business. Obviously, you can see most of my sales happened on Poshmark. I used to only list on Kidizen when I first started. And anyway, so if you've got your own kids stuff, like you might as well list it. This I bought at Marshall's, and I couldn't have paid more than $12.99 for it. My daughter wore this a lot. Like it had pilling, and there's up close pictures. It still sold very quickly for $14. So I made almost all of my money back after my daughter wore it for 2 summers. This was just given to us from a friend, so we have nothing into it. Sold for $10.15. Definitely back to dance season. These Nautica brown shoes came in a terrible Jomar kids shoebox. I will never buy that again. So $3.42 into it, and they sold for a whopping $15. So I had a lot of great sales in August, but then I had a lot of sales like this where I made $3.87 profit, but profit's profit. This jacket I picked up at a local sale for $1. My son actually did wear it all last winter, you know, the whole 5 days we have of winter here in Florida, and it sold for $25. Hannah Anderson is a great brand to pick up, but like other brands, a lot of it depends on the piece. All right, we're gonna head over to Mercari. FitFlop, a great brand to pick up. These I sourced from swap.com for $6.17. They sold for $30. Plus they paid shipping on all my Mercari sales. This Juicy Couture hoodie I got at the bins for 65 cents. It sold super fast for $19. These Converse were my son's, and so nothing into them. We had them for a while. They sold for $24. And if you guys see, like I have mentioned before, I don't often, unless I get a message asking me to change it, I don't do. I know some of you guys have commented the whole FedEx Smart Post. My post offices refuse to take them. You have to go to a FedEx location. I don't have one super close to my house, so I charge the shipping. One thing I like about Mercari over other apps is that you'll see this person paid $11 in shipping. That was their old rate. It's $12 now, but because I already had this listed, they still honored that old shipping rate. So anyway, so this person paid the $11 shipping. People will pay it. If it's an item that they want, they're willing to pay the shipping. All right, these little Zaxi is part of the Mini Melissa Grindine family. They smell sweet also. So I have $3.50 into these. They sold for $15. This is a brand I'd never heard of. I got it at a new thrift store that I had gone to, and I have $3 into it. I just thought it was really, really well made. It was a larger size. I was able to find some stock images. It had all kinds of conversions and this and that. So anyway, Crazy Yoga it was called. So yeah, decent sale there. The Mountain, a brand I learned about from watching YouTube videos. I picked this up at the bins for 65 cents. It sold for $12 because it really wasn't in the best shape. I listed it in fair condition. Had a lot of wash wear, no stains, but definitely can tell it was loved. So that is a brand to look out for. This I just had to have. I had to have. It's a vintage little baby windbreaker. I mean, look at this thing. Like, I'm pretty positive I owned this in the 80s. I picked this up. I paid $1.49 for it at a local Goodwill. It sold for $16. All right, over to Poshmark. This is a pretty great sale. These Doc Martens came in a ThredUp Kids Shoe Rescue Box for $5.40. They sold for $30. And on Posh, of course, I don't mark that if I sent an offer. Obviously, if you send an offer, you have to give discounted shipping. I only ever do the $5.95, I think. So it's the $1.50 off. So a lot of my sales on Posh lately have been full price, which is great. But if I do send offers, I send 20%. That's just kind of my go-to. And I do price my items $1 or $2 or higher on Poshmark than I do on the other apps, just to account for the fact that I typically send offers every time someone likes an item. This Lily Pulitzer sweater, I actually picked this up for myself from Style Encore. So I did pay up and pay $23 for it, which was a great price for a brand new with tags sweater. Then I got home and looked at my closet and I'm like, girlfriend, like there are like 5 days a year you will wear a sweater. I love Lily, but I love the bright colors, and this is just a plain old gray sweater. I'm like, what are you doing? List this item and sell it. So I did, and it sold for $60, and even with me paying up after the fees and everything, I still made a profit of $25, so it was still a solid pickup. These native green boat shoes I sourced on swap.com. I actually bought these on Swap. If you watch all my videos, my first order, I think, from Swap, I bought these exact shoes for my husband, and he loves them. And so I picked them up again to sell, and they sold very quickly. They are natives. I have $6.17 into them, and they sold for $44. And they were a women's size 8 and a men's size 6. So I did list them in the women's size. So natives, y'all know I love me some natives. These Mini Melissa unicorns. These are my daughter's shoes. I have had them for so long. Like usually if I had things for over 3 years, my memory can't go back that far, and I wasn't really keeping track. Mini Melissa is what got me back into reselling in the first place over on Kidizen. That's where I was buying so many. I'm about to list an entire bin of, you'll see them because I'm going to do a video on it. But this brand rocks. So anyway, these sold for $25. This was a wonderful sale. It was, I don't have too many bundles on Poshmark, but this was some Western Chief boots that came up in a ThredUp Kids Shoe Rescue Box for $5. So did the black Sorrel snow boots, $5.40 into that box. They had a sale one time. I don't know. They're always changing the prices of their rescue boxes. Anyway, I'm glad this sold on Posh because it was just under the 5-pound limit. But this person left me the best little compliment, better condition than advertised. They were basically brand new. So anyway, I love that. So I did offer a shipping discount. So $45, and I had 10. So I made a profit of $35 selling these 2 pairs of boots, kids boots. These Nike Air Jordans, there was like a week in time where I'm like, oh, I'm going to sell kids sneakers. And then I realized sneakers are a lot of work. Like I'm not, what do you call, a sneaker head. So I sourced like a bunch of them within a 2-week time frame, and now I'm like, no, I would rather source sandals and cutesy things. So these I did pay $8 for at my local Once Upon a Child. They took forever to sale. I cannot talk tonight, y'all. They finally sold for $34. Thank goodness. These were a solid Once Upon a Child pickup. I was very excited to find them. Some Ariat kids boots, brand new with the tags. I did pay $16 for them because I knew they would sell. They sold for $50, and so I still made a profit of $24. So to me, that was great because I know that day I picked my own kids up several things. And so that's what I love to do. You know, guys, I do this part-time. I do make a couple $1,000s a month, but I don't pay out of pocket for anything for my own family as far as clothes and stuff. So that's why I love it. These my mother-in-law just gave me these, so I have nothing into them. They sold for $19. Zuda is a brand that you can buy on QVC. While I'm on this one, just so you guys, I don't typically check to see when my money's, like once a week I transfer money from Poshmark, but I heard someone mention this on a video I watched one time and I went back and I didn't have any. But as I was doing this video, if you go to your sales, you can see where it says delivered, pending shipment scan, you know, when you have sold items. Well, this item still says shipped. And I'm like, what? Like I should have been paid on this item. And so I happened to look through the tracking and I guess they've attempted to drop it off twice. I don't know. Left a note, it said. So I emailed Poshmark on this one, and then another sale coming up, same thing. It said like unable to deliver. So I don't know if it's coming back to me. And so I did email Poshmark on both of those. I haven't heard back yet just to see like what happens. So you might have some items that you're still waiting on being paid out for that you don't even realize. So go back and check and make sure all of your old sales actually say delivered and dig into it if not. All right, these Laura Ashley underwear came in my ThredUp bulk 200-pound box of $1.47 into them. They sold for $17. This was beautiful. I wished it was my size. It was a torrid, this sweater. I picked this up at the bins for 65 cents. It got so much action. Like the day I listed, I think it sold within 24 hours for $25. These universal thread shorts came in that same ThredUp 200 bulk for $1.47. They sold for 10 bucks. So this wasn't huge money, but I was happy to sell them. So I still made a profit of $5.58. And I only listed these because they were a larger size. This was a really cute holding horses dress. I did not steam it, y'all. I don't have that kind of time in my life. And it did have some like weird marks on it at the bottom. It didn't come out when I washed it, but so $1.47 into this. This also came in that ThredUp bulk box and sold for $39. So I was happy with that. I am I have ordered the ThredUp 200-pound bulk mystery box twice now. The first time I paid $500. The second time I paid $450. They've lowered the price of that now. And I am way in the profit on both of them. So I've had great experience. I would like to do it again. They actually were available today, but I didn't do it because I have so much inventory in my house, but I want to soon. All right, I have been sourcing a lot online just because life has been a little bit busy. So I did source these from Unclaimed Baggage for $14.99, and I knew they would sell quickly, and they did for $52. This is the brand Native again. Swap and Unclaimed Baggage is where I bought a lot of my kids' school clothes. I just sort by new with tag, and I found some great stuff, but I don't like to pay for shipping. So I bought a lot of items to sell to get me to that $75 free shipping threshold. This was my most awesome sale of August, y'all. No, it really wasn't, but I left it, you know, sometimes you just got to list it. So this was an item, it had these weird stains. It was new with the tag, so I didn't want to wash it, but like these weird, I can't even explain it. Anyway, I had listed this for $10. Someone offered me $5 and I took it to get it out of my house. It was from that ThredUp 200-pound bulk box, so I had $1.47 into it. Sold for $5 after fees and everything was said and done. I made 58 cents, y'all. Yes, ma'am, 58 cents, but I'll take it because it's gone. All right, this was actually a wonderful sale. I hate listing men's items, but they sell and they sell for a lot of money. So I need to just suck it up and maybe one every 10 items, snap a picture of a man's item. But this came in a ThredUp men's rescue box. Now I did buy that men's bulk box. I realized I never did my final video in the series because I wanted to be honest with you guys, I really haven't listed a lot of that stuff. I actually took a box of men's stuff today to Plato's Closet and made $87. So that's how I was able to get rid of the stuff that I just was not interested in listing. And it's not cheaper to buy the men's bulk box versus just the smaller normal men's box. So anyway, I had $4.40 into this. It sold for $119 and I got wonderful feedback. So that was a great sale. Yeah, my profit on that one was $89.30. Some more Crocs. I picked these up for Once Upon a Child. I did average my cost of goods that day, so $4.80. They sold for $20. And it's crazy, y'all. People will pay, like, you know, the Poshmark shipping is $7.45. So people will pay it. Don't be afraid to list your kids' items over there. All right, this American Girl dress, I picked it up just because it was American Girl, the brand, and their clothes are not cheap. If y'all have ever been in that store, whoo! So I had $3.49 into it, and it sold for $30. This Art Class Pinafore skirt, this was from my daughter's personal closet, sold for $12. Art Class typically sells well for me. This Zara black men's jacket also came in a men's ThredUp rescue box, $3.91 into it, sold for $59. These little baby bogs I sourced on swap.com for $6.17. They were brand new with the tags, and they sold for $39. So a solid $25 profit there. These Uggs, these are my daughter's, and so I have nothing into them. I've had them for years, and they sold for $25. These A New Day Chelsea rain boots, they were a size 11. These came in a bulk.com order, and so I have $1.24 into them. Was not a huge money sale, sold for $10, but I still made $5.81. And the way I look at it is I saved several items from this particular box for my kids, and guess what? That means 5 items for my kids were free because I took the time to snap 5 pictures and list this. Vionics, I love me some Vionics. I did pay up at $9 for these at my local Goodwill, and they sold for $28, so I still made a $12 profit, which to me is worth it. This Kiki Pants dress I did pick up from swap.com. I have $5 into it, sold for $16. Kiki Pants is a great brand. Their stuff is so comfy. All right, these Crocs, I have $5.37 into it from Once Upon a Child. They sold for $16. This was a happy sale. These, if you remember, I did a video, one of my ThredUp fun boxes was filled with like nothing but kids stuff and not like the best kids stuff. So I have $3.09 into this, and they finally sold for $13. So again, another $5.46 sale, but better than nothing. Okay, so that was I'm not counting these ThredUp sales in my totals. Like when I do this spreadsheet, ThredUp was just kind of my like bonus thing, but I made, I realized I forgot that $42 sale in here, so it's going to be more than that. But for the month of August, considering, like I told you, I was under the weather, didn't list for half of the month, did much of nothing for probably a solid 8 days of the entire month, and I still made gross sales of $2,701. Plus probably around 40. So my average sales price for the month of August was $13.29, which is up over July. So I'm happy to see that. And now I'm going to tell you guys my ThredUp sales. Full disclosure, ThredUp is kind of my junk drawer. Everything that I send in there has gone to Style Encore, Plato's Closet, at least twice. Like I usually take everything to one and then the other, and then sometimes it even goes to another location. I just kind of always have a running bin. And also Once Upon a Child, if it was my own kids or kids items. So this is like the last chance for them to, I send them off, ThredUp takes them or they don't. I don't pay for the return assurance. I don't pay for fast processing. It takes forever. And I just use that credit towards all these rescue boxes that I buy. So to me, it's just like free money, and whatever they don't take, you know, goes into other people's rescue boxes and doesn't find its way to a landfill. So I tried, the only things I take to our local Goodwills or other consignments are things that, you know, just have a lot of washwear or stains, that sort of thing. So you're going to see what I mean. Big money. This is actually the biggest money, but I think as a reseller, ThredUp is a great extra source. Now, I know a lot of people do source items specifically to send in, which, you know, so maybe you'll learn some of the brands that are selling there. I won't even waste my time anymore listing like Loft and Talbot's, Banana Republic. They love that kind of stuff. This Calvin Klein dress, just a plain black dress. Nobody wanted it. You know, I know for a fact I took this one to Plato's and Style Encore at least twice. But ThredUp wanted it, and guys, for me to have made $9.12, somebody spent like over 50 bucks on this. So there was one sale. These Massimo jeans, look, I made a whopping 48 cents. ThredUp does not pay well if your items are cheap, okay? You can make great money on ThredUp if you're sending like tier 3, like, you know, the designers and that sort of thing. That's not what I'm doing. So these size 00 Massimo jeans made me 48 cents. I also didn't pull it up. I'm gonna have to show you guys in my next video. I made my very first sale on the Real. I got a check in the mail for $25. I sent some of the men's stuff that came in that bulk box, the Burberry, like the very high end, the things that I was like, I don't have to worry about authentication or whatever. So I did sell one Burberry sweater and I made 25 bucks. So yay. All right, these Michael Kors heels came to me in a ThredUp shoe rescue box, which means I had about $6 into them. I made $8, and I had them listed on platforms for probably 6 months and they didn't sell. So now ThredUp took them back and someone bought them this time. So I made a $2 profit. This is just a shirt my mom gave me. So that is pure profit of $2.40. These, I took a loss on these, but same thing. I had them listed on all of my platforms for months. I just kind of wanted them out of my house. I did like a overhaul back in January when I cleaned up my inventory and changed how I was storing my items. So these came to me in a ThredUp shoe rescue box. So I made half my money back. These are just a pair of my kids' jeans. They did show somewhere. Happy to make 30 cents off of something I probably paid $1.50 from Goodwill in the first place, or they came to me. We get a lot of hand-me-down clothes from friends, which is great. Same with these. I know someone gave these to me for my daughter. They're just kind of not our style, so I made 87 cents. Mustard pie. The last one was Old Navy. These are a pair of Loft dress pants. Nobody wants Loft anything when it comes to Style Encore or Plato's around here, so I was very happy to take the $3.38. This was part of that ThredUp 200 bulk, so I had $1.47 into it. This was the undershirt of a 2-shirt thing that was my mom's, so it didn't cost me any money, but the moment I saw that they separated them, I wrote them and said, hey, can you please combine those 2 items? And they answered me right away and said, yes, so sorry about that, we'll fix it. And then they never did. So, okay. These are some Old Navy Toddler jeans. These are so old. Both of my daughters wore these. I probably got them for free, so 40 cents made there. And guys, remember, ThredUp, you literally do no work but print out a label, shove your stuff in a box, set it on your front porch. They pick it up off your porch and it's gone. And so, you know, why not? So I made 49 cents on this Under Armour jacket. This was my mom's. Thanks, Mom, for making me $1.73. And this was a dress, again, that both of my daughters wore. So happy with that. All right, so the month of August did prove to be not the best, not the worst, but considering we had a lot of life and stuff happen, I am thrilled to have made $2,700 extra dollars. And, you know, that money is kind of our, like I said, that last night I made I made an order from Nordstrom Rack about my son some new shirts. I took my Kidizen money that was sitting there and transferred it to PayPal and then paid with PayPal. So we're not, what I'm doing is not touching our like real job money, you know, to have all of the cool clothes and stuff like that in my house. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you could give this video a thumbs up on the way out, leave me a comment, say hello, let's chat. And I appreciate all the support you guys have given me since I've started sharing my reselling journey back in December. So this community has been wonderful and I will be back soon. I've got some different type of videos coming for you. I want to share, did a couple thrift hauls recently. And my next video, I'd like to talk to you about a brand that you should definitely be picking up and how to make the most money selling that brand. So see you guys soon. Till next time. Bye.